Chairman, sir, reply to question 110. A. Yes, sir. Reply to B. Sir, a tourist spot assessment survey was conducted to understand local tourism demand and the development potential of various sites across Meghalaya. The survey collected key information such as annual and seasonal footfall, the mix of local, domestic, and foreign tourists, major source of spending, key attraction, and the average time visitors spend at each location. It also captured important site-level details, including the physical area of the spot, ticketing and digital payment facilities, management arrangement, availability of parking, sanitation facilities, and other basic infrastructure. Using this insight, villages close to this tourist spot were grouped into clusters with similar characteristics and development potential. This cluster represents priority region where homestay development can have the greatest impact for visitors and local communities. The survey highlights how diverse natural and cultural features such as waterfall, caves, parks, canyons, lakes, trekking routes, and sacred groves shape tourism patterns across the region. Some destinations like Shora, Synrem, and Dauki receive significantly high numbers of visitors, indicating well-established popularity and strong tourist appeal. The cluster also includes locations where new projects are coming up and areas that remain open for few tourism development opportunities. These clusters are updated based on emerging local demand and development potential.
Yes, but having any supplementary?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir. I have to thank the Honorable Minister in charge Tourism for the reply. So may I know from the Honorable Minister, what are the criteria for selection of the areas for selection of this homestay schemes?
Eligible conditions for applicants. One member per family is eligible for only one component to apply on this mission.
No, sir, I want to know the criteria for selection of the areas for implementation of homestay scheme.
Sir, the reply is already in the main reply, sir. It says, using these insights, villages close to these tourist spots were grouped into clusters with similar characteristics and development potentials. These clusters represent priority regions where homestay developments can have the greatest impact. So basically, sir, is areas where the tourists are going more, where there's a higher potential, where different activities, where the surveys has indicated that there's a diverse natural and cultural features such as waterfalls, caves. So I think the primary reply itself, so the reply is already there, sir. So it's there in the main reply, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Whether local stakeholders such as the Parishionong, local bodies, or even the people sensitive were consulted before finalizing the areas for implementation of homestay schemes, sir?
So the discussions were taking place at all levels. So discussions were held at different stakeholder level because obviously this has to be planned well with the locality, with the people, with the headmen and so on and so forth. So therefore, at different levels, at different locations, depending on locations, discussions and consultations took place.
Sir, may I know from the Honorable Minister, how many number of beneficiaries have been covered so far since its inception?
So what is the question, sir? Can you repeat?
No, sir, how many beneficiaries have been covered under the homestay scheme since its inception?
mean the number of homestays?
Just number of homestay or beneficiaries.
Chairman, sir, Number of clusters, 43 numbers of clusters are notified, along with 255 numbers of corresponding villages covering all districts of the state.
No, sir, I want individual beneficiaries.
Sir, 877 total sanctions have been made, out of which 843 beneficiaries have received the money.
Individual may be placed on the table of the House. Yes. The name is too long. This is too long.
Oh, sir. Another one, sir. Who are the authorities or authorities responsible for selection and approval of beneficiaries under homestay scheme, sir?
So there is a three-level approval process that takes place. Level 1 is at the district level, sir. The district tourism officers, they scrutinize the application, verify all the different scores, the CIBIL scores of the banks and etc. And they conduct mandatory joint inspections along with the bank officials. The level 2, sir, is at the directorate level, where a designated committee reviews the DTO's recommendation, focusing on project feasibility and bank eligibility. And at the third level, sir, is the sanction level upon the, upon the committee's recommendation. Final sanction is granted to the competent authority, which is the Commissioner and Secretary for Tourism.
So,
I think you've asked more than 5 questions.
one more, sir, one more.
Okay.
Is there any non-performing assets, sir? How many non-performing assets under PMEGP tourism schemes?
Sir, we have not looked into the NPAs as of now. The idea is to promote this and to support. But as of now, sir, that the information is not with us, and we have not really conducted any specific detailed study of non-performing assets.
Ardent.
Sir, in the course of the reply, the Honorable Minister has mentioned that statistical or empirical study was conducted for identifying and selecting the areas. So, sir, I would like to know from the Honorable Minister, since we know that almost all the districts, almost all the villages, they have some good tourist spots. So, may I know how many areas have been included in this statistics district-wise, sir?
Sir, for this, basically, sir, as mentioned by Honorable Minister, these surveys were done at different levels. Exact number of locations of how many surveys were done in which particular district, so that data is not available with us. But of course, the data of the clusters finally that was selected and the clusters that were made and the villages included in them, that list is there with us, sir. But the survey process was very, very broad, and it required coordination at different levels. So that was done, but exact number of villages or number of areas or clusters and the process of entire detail of the survey, sir, that information is not available with us.
So, sir, may I request the Honorable Minister to place on the table of the House as far as the clusters are concerned.
Yes, sir. Point out.
Okay, Balajied.
So to supplement this question, in the course of reply, Sora is one of the locations which has been identified. Now, regarding the applicants, so I received many calls for the past year and this month. There are many applicants who have applied these homestay schemes. The approval has been given by the department and directorate. The problem lies with the bank. Many of them, they call me and say, we have submitted the entire documents, etc. But from the bank, mostly, these applicants, they have, I don't know what issues. So my question is whether the department will consider taking into account to make sure that these applicants receive the required funds while applying these particular homestay schemes.
Yes, sir. We will look into it.
Sir, I'll also supplement the answer of the Honorable Minister. That's the earlier, and this is important, so that's why I'm taking this chance to explain. That's earlier we had very innovatively tied the homestay scheme to what Government of India calls the PMEGP. So that process, a lot of people got and many did not get because the procedure was quite complicated. And as correctly mentioned by the Honorable MLA, there was a difficulty because a lot of people were not able to provide the documents that the banks wanted. So, sir, in this new scheme that we have come out with, the new homestay scheme has delinked the new homestay scheme from PMEGP. So therefore, the criterias and the processes will be much smoother. Processes will be, will be there, which will be through the state government, and therefore now we will be able to control the narrative much better, and hopefully the sanctions that come now in the new schemes will not have to go through. Those in the old schemes which were under PMEGP, we will try to help because there are a lot of criteria, documents, paperwork, which is sometimes very difficult. And if we are able to resolve them, then we can resolve them. If we are not able to resolve them, sir, then we encourage those beneficiaries or those applicants to apply in the new homestay scheme where it is delinked from PMEGP.
So just to supplement that, there's a nice reply from Honorable Chief Minister. Now, for those applicants who have applied under PMEGP, if they had not received any sanction or funds, whether the department will consider, because many of them, I'm sure, when they have not received any funds, they are disheartened. So if the department will consider from any officers or someone to just give them a message or calls and informing them that from PMEGP we have delinked and we have done this new scheme from the state government. That's all.
Yes, sir, that can be done, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Marak.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir. May I know from the Honorable Minister in charge, the amount allotted in this scheme per beneficiary?
Chairman, sir, the amount allotted for each beneficiary is 10 lakh, out of which 7 lakh will be paid by the government as subsidies, and 10% upfront payment is to be made by the applicant itself. Then the rest of the amount will be, this is 90%, will be paid
To 20%.
by the beneficiaries.